Hey guys, Toanster back. Got an ace tanker for you today. We are in the T-3485M and we are on the map Province, which is called Campania in the files. But anyway, I don't know, not much to say. It's a pretty standard game. I mean, we're going to a position that everybody should know in a decently fast medium that has armor, or even a heavy that has armor. And of course, this is relegated to tier 7 and below. I think it should actually be tier 5 and below. But at any rate, we're starting to pick up some lights here. And we shoot that M2Y after he gets behind the bushes. And we're off and running. So, as you can see, we're gathering some assist here. And the nice thing is you can back up behind this rock and shoot stuff, or back up after you've shot something. Now, the bulbous portion of that 28 HTC is obviously pennable, so... But it looks like the M2Y is not paying attention to us, so we're going to go ahead and hit his side turret, and he is in all sorts of trouble. So this map is... I don't know, I don't like it. It's not big enough, and the whole middle is pretty much useless. So, the one thing that you'll notice in this game is we do get into a position, we move into the right positions at the right time. I think that's probably the key here. So, I had some issues with my, with the lag in this game, like huge lag spikes, 1 to 2 second stutters and that kind of thing. And what I ended up doing is rebooting my router, and it fixed it. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that, but it did fix it. In some of my replays, there's a little bit of lag spikes, but now it's pretty much rock solid. So if any of you are having trouble, even if you're not having trouble in other games, check it out, give it a shot, and see if that fixes it. So we do have a 3-marked T-71DA on our team. I noticed that right at the start of the battle, and I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he is putting all kinds of work in. Of course, so are we. And I'm reloading an HE round, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But the nice thing about these rounds are they have 300 alpha, and they have 44 mils of penetration, which is better than the American penetration. So that's always good. So they can really hurt if you're fighting a light tank. So the standard pen on this, I think, is 144, and if you dab the 2 key, it's 194. This thing overall has pretty good armor, but it's got insane DPM. That's probably the best thing about it, is the DPM. And so, because you have 180 alpha, which trades very, very well with Americans and other nationalities. Because 180 damage that's a lot of damage when you're talking about tier 5s and tier 6s. You notice we stick out there for one more shot, because we can always pull back, and actually I can see pretty much where the RD is shooting from. So honestly, as soon as they fire, I can pull back and generally get behind cover. So here comes our T-71DA, and looks like he's going up to spot, which is great. We've got our side cleared off, and it's just a matter of time now. They've got way less hit points. As we take a shot, and just barely missed that, but it's okay. So it is 7-7, but positionally we are in much better shape. So we're gonna go ahead and push forward now, because the enemy is on the other side of the map, and I really want more damage. This is turning out to be a pretty good game. So. And that guy gives us side. We're patient and waiting for that. And we go ahead and get that. And that DA, of course, soaked up a whole bunch of assists there. So 9-7, game well in hand. And at this point, like, there's 3 arties, so there's only 3 tanks left. And our T-71DA has 2 of them spotted. So, and we know the T-78 is on low health, and he's been hanging out in this area here. So I feel pretty comfortable pushing up here. And that's where you find your ace games, is when you push up at exactly the right time. Now, we know it's the right time because they can't be on our side of the map. This east side is completely controlled. So as long as we don't get spotted coming up this slope, we should be good. We're able to put a nice shot into the Tiger. Notice we haven't used any gold rounds in this tank. You don't have to normally unless you're in a tier 8 game. And this, you know, this is a tier 7 game. So things are good. A lot of times I will fire before I'm ready and snapshot, because by the time I reload, I'm aimed. So now it's just find the arties. And of course there's another bit of damage there. Another bit of damage there, and of course this guy's going to shoot us, but we don't really care. We're going to go ahead and take him out, and that is the end of the game. Let's go ahead and look at the after action on this. Okay, here we are at the after action report. Of course it was an ace tanker. We ended up with a Pascucci's medal and a Levis Lyo's medal for destroying 2 tanks that are a tier higher than ours. So our base XP was 1418. Let's see how that DA did. Yeah, did 1,200 damage and 700 assists. That's probably because we soaked up most of these assists there. So 22 shots fired, 16 hits, 13 pens for 2,100 damage and 2,400 assists. That's was right at 4,600 combined. And we made 44,000 credits on a standard account, which is great in a tier 6. Man, that's great credits. And then 3,200 experience. So appreciate you guys watching. I do have one more replay that I'll put out this week. Thanks again. Tonester out.